After a superb performance for Alistair Johnston against Belgium, he is now in advanced talks to join Celtic, the Scottish footballing giants, and of course, Celtic are a team with rich and deep footballing history, and this would be an unbelievable transfer for Alistair Johnston. Alistair Johnston is an unbelievable footballer, and has truly had an unbelievable footballing year. Whether that's with CF Montreal at the club level in the MLS, this young 24-year-old Canadian has been brilliant at the club side. 4 goals, 4 assists, whether that's at right mid, right wing back, right back, or even center back. He is one of the most versatile players on the pitch and can give you everything around that flank. He has been phenomenal for CF Montreal, as well as for the Canadian men's national team internationally. He has also been brilliant and a true pivotal player to our success as a nation. You look at the records he's breaking for consecutive appearances. It is an outstanding feat that he has done, and that truly shows you the success he's had with us and what he brings to our team. It might not always be on ball, but it's sometimes off ball. Sometimes it's his mentality of never give up. Alistair Johnston is one of my favorite players in the national team, and he is so exciting. As a defender myself, it is so fun to watch him game in and game out because he's a true inspiration to all Canadians across the country, and he has been phenomenal for our national team or the club level. But being rewarded with a transfer to Celtic would be one of the most amazing things for our Canadian side, as well as Alistair Johnston. But we're going to take a deeper look at what this transfer could mean for Alistair Johnston, looking at what he can gain from this move. Would he be starting for Celtic? What could that mean for the Celtic roster, as well as what does this really mean for the Canadian men's national team? Yes, that might be a weirder question, but it's a true angle that we have to look at, because this does affect our men's national team in a bigger way than you guys might just think. We're going to jump straight into things, guys, but before we do, drop down below, smash that sub button, as well as drop a like and hit to the comments and let me know what you guys think of this transfer for Alistair Johnston, and let me know if you guys want to see it happen as well. We're going to jump straight into things and talk about what could Alistair Johnston gain from this transfer. He could gain an amazing amount. The true question is, how much would this transfer be for CF Montreal and Celtic, as he's valued at $6 million right now, and it is an MLS transfer. You never know how much it truly could be. We saw with the Mihailovic transfer, Davies, Matt Turner. There's a lot of great MLS players making moves. Yes, Davies was a while ago, but it's still a Canadian reference. Alistair Johnston has been phenomenal. I think CF Montreal could get a great fee for him. Alistair Johnston's going to gain so much from this transfer. Playing at a top level, yes, you could argue the Scottish Premiership isn't the best league in the world. Fair play. But for me, it's better than the MLS. There's a lot of quality Canadians over there that can continue to look up to him, like Victor Lattori, William Akio. So many Canadians over there, and it looks like a great bridge for younger Canadians as well. But Alistair Johnston is going to now be training with top-class players on a daily level. This is a team that has truly always run away with the Scottish Premiership almost every year. This year, sitting in first place with 14 wins, 1 loss, scoring 50 goals, as well as being in front of Rangers by 9 points. This would truly be an unbelievable transfer for Alistair Johnston. Being able to play with some of the best players in the world, being able to truly be in European competitions, that's year after year, whether it's the Conference League, whether it's the Europa or the Champions League. It's never going to be the conference, because Celtic are always too good for that. They're a Champions League bottom half team, or they're a top Europa League team. They're always very exciting to watch as well, and they're an accessible league for Canadians to watch, and Alistair Johnston's going to gain so much from it. Playing with a top side of a lot of finishers, learning from some of the best coaches as well as always playing on a consistent basis in Europe against some of the best players on a daily basis, as well as the atmosphere. Celtic's atmosphere is absolutely wild. He's going to be playing one of the richest footballing history clubs in the world. Celtic have one of the most deep, richest histories in world football. And yes, you might say, well, what does that have to do with Alistair Johnston? Well, that's going to be a heck of a lot of pressure for a young Canadian to deal with. We're going to now have another Canadian who's having to deal with pressure week in and week out. Yes, Bayern has a lot of pressure. They're a big side playing one of the biggest leagues. They always have pressure. But Celtic is a different level. That crowd you get behind you, it might not be a level up. I understand that. But Celtic's the crowd you get behind you on a weekly basis. He's going to be playing in 3 or 4 old firms every year. He is going to be in some of the most wild atmospheres, and it's going to be sublime for him. And it's going to hugely help his confidence. It's going to help his nervousness for going into big tournaments, for playing with Canada at bigger levels against USA, Mexico. And it's going to help us majorly. And it's going to be huge for Alistair Johnston as well, guys. This is huge for him. And it's going to be very exciting for Canadians to see a Canadian at another top team. You have Alistair Johnston, Jonathan David, Atiba Hutchinson, Tajon, Kyle, Alfonso, Stefan. There's so many exciting players making the jump. And there's going to be more after this World Cup. I can guarantee you Jonathan Osorio, Kamal Miller. These guys will be making big moves. But what does this mean for Alistair Johnston if he joins Celtic? Where does he land in this lineup? Well, Celtic right now, it is very interesting. There's an article that's come out from the Sun, the Scottish Sun. And it looks like if Alistair Johnston gets signed, which is very likely as they've already made another signing leading into this January window, that Alistair Johnston would come in straight away and come in and replace Josip Juranovic and come in and replace the 27-year-old Croatian right back. And he would come in. Alistair Johnston could be very versatile. He could play center back, he could play right back, but it looks like he would go straight in that Celtic lineup and go at right back, which is amazing. And it looks very exciting that he, of course, has that UK passport, which is a huge bonus for anyone looking to get a Canadian. And he's a great sign for that he's going to start and that they highly rate him, because he should be deserving of that. And it's very exciting to see that there's a big team out there, such footballing history, such footballing culture, and such an atmosphere around the club that want Alistair Johnston, that want a Canadian, because this is where he should be going. Everyone could be arguing Bologna. For me, Bologna would be a great side for him to go to as well, in a 3-in-a-back formation, a 4-in-a-back formation. But for me, Celtic's a bigger atmosphere. They're a bigger feeding crew into a more higher club in Europe. I think he goes to Celtic as a year or two quality football. He's still 26 after that. He could easily jump to England. He's still a very young player, but he's only a country away from England. He's very close still to make that move. He has that UK passport, which is huge. For me, going to Bologna, it's an amazing move. He's in the Serie A. It's a top 5 league. But for me, Celtic is a step above. It's a better club. Yes, in the Serie A, you're playing better clubs on a weekly basis. But Celtic is just a step above, where you're getting European football, bigger atmosphere, better players around you. It's just a better move for me in general. And why does this help the Canadian men's national team? I know this is becoming longer, guys, but this is huge that it helps Canada. You guys don't understand that winning trophies is such a boost. Alistair Johnston, if he makes that move to Celtic in January, he's already got a trophy under his belt. He's winning that Scottish Premiership. There's no question that Celtic don't win this Scottish Premiership. They're 9 wins ahead, 9 points ahead, sorry, my bad. Only losing one match all year and scoring 50 goals. How can they possibly lose? This is a team full of Japanese internationals, CanMNT International. This is a brilliant roster, and I don't see how they lose the Scottish Premiership. He walks in there in January, he comes in, has a brilliant season, and he wins the Scottish Premiership with hardly a half a season. He would truly already have a title under his belt. And why does a title in silverware mean so much? It is huge. Having that winning mentality, being able to get something over the line, and seeing that you got the trophy, you have the hunger, you have the desire, you've been there, you've done that, is a massive feat. For my club, Manchester United, we have no winners. We've never been able to win anything with our side. So getting over the line is something they've never done. And with Canada, we have Jonathan David, we have Atiba Hutchinson at Besiktas, who's won stuff. We have Alfonso Davies. We don't have a lot of players who have truly held up silverware. And holding up silverware, especially at the top level of Celtic, is a massive confidence boost and is a huge boost for any player, especially at the top level. And Alistair Johnston can bring that to Canada, and he's going to show all of us Canadians, especially CPL players or other players, that they can make that big transfer and that they can show them. And now this is a huge gateway for other Canadians to get eyes on them, to get transfers abroad. It's a huge boost for Alistair Johnston and for Canada. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is this the right move for Alistair Johnston? Is it a good move to go Celtic over Bologna? Which would you prefer? Let me know down below. Hit that sub button, drop a like, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.